Howdy there, Screen Freaks! If you're a filmmaker who loves making scary movies, then stick around after the show for a special announcement about a crazy contest you just gotta hear about. You won't regret it. Previously on Screaming Soup.
Chosen one, the feast that broke 300 backs to prepare, and your favorite show on this day of jubilation. Now you enjoy these blessings, and I'll be back soon to personally escort you to the altar. Your sacrifice will be legendary for delivering us from this hellhole. You must be so happy as one of the few to fulfill their destiny.
We told her we'd be back. Now we return to Death Elf and Woose.
What a fun adventure, Death Elf! You're right! That guy almost got me thinking I was his lunch. But you can't let monsters tell you who you are. I'm not a bologna sandwich. I'm Woose, the chosen one, the bargain messiah, Mommy's honey bear. There's a whole world out there waiting for slushies and pies and ice cream sandwiches!
I can't watch much more of this. It's not scary, it's just shit. Paper mache and painted laser rays, dumbass monsters made of clay. If you want to scream, come scream with me. Scream soup. Screaming soup. If you wanna scream, come scream with me. Screaming soup. Screaming soup. What the hell is this supposed to be? Action, romance, or sci-fi comedy? I just don't have fucking time for this shit. Bring on the blood and show me the tits. If you wanna scream, come scream with me. Screaming soup. Screaming soup. If you wanna scream, come scream with me. Billy! 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 Ollie oxen free, partner, where you at? That you, Billy? Nice shooting, Road Rash!
Dang it, Deadwest! Bessie's too much of a lady for spit shines.
I quit your spoiling brain bash. I could have been his asshole after all. Well, howdy there, Scream Freaks. Things are pretty hectic the last time I saw you, but the war between Troma and Full Moon is over, and now the search for Billy's on. I've got good reason to believe my partner in horror survived that nuclear meltdown last season and was blown clear across the Crosslands. We've searched the Deathwind Deserts, Fever Swamps, the Massacre Mountains, and now covering every inch of the Boneyards where only the toughest and craziest beasts dwell. I just hope we find Billy before... What you got, Beauty? There's a village on the other side of the valley. Think Billy could be holed up there? We've looked everywhere else.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's floor it to the middle and hope they make us ask about Billy the hard way.
Who hurt you so bad to want to punch everything in the face?
You don't know the Boneyards like I do. It's full of nomads, behemoths, cannibals. I once fought up a pack of rabid woolly bears on unicycles trying to gut me with broken milk bottles, so I know what I'm talking about.
Whoa, now you can't dismiss the occasional tribe of sex-hungry warrior women, can you?
Oh yeah! Hey!
Hey! What the hell was that? All this talk about the more pleasurable sides of Wasteland reminds me of a particular post-apocalyptic flick I think you Scream Freaks will enjoy hearing about. During the drive, how about I tell y'all about a film full of horny damsels, mutant mayhem, and the legendary Rowdy Roddy Piper himself. Let's hop into my review of Hell Comes to Frogtown. The meat of this croaking apocalypse is like Escape from New York, Planet of the Apes, and the Road Warrior banged out a bastard love child with a frog in his throat and a hard-on for tits and action. The same year, legendary wrestler Roddy Piper excused himself from the ring to chew bubblegum and kick alien yuppie ass. He was also busy getting busy as humanity's last hope repopulating the world after WW3 sterilizes most mankind. Roddy is Sam Hale, a horny post-apocalypse nomad with superness that leave a trail of one-night stand pregnancies across a barren wasteland where nuke-born frog mutants roam. With the U.S. government racing to repopulate their side of the war before other countries can, they enlist Hale's man meat and protect their investment at all costs.
Well, how am I supposed to, you know?
There's the flap.
But however valuable his family jewels are, Hale's medtech handlers pull an escape from New York and tell him he's got to help them enter mutant territory and rescue a brothel of fertile women for him to fuck who've been kidnapped by the big bad of the frog folk, Toady. If Hale gives his handlers any problems or fails a mission, his mother of all jockstraps is rigged to zap and blow his dick off. Putrid polecats! So armed with more than one kind of loaded weapon, Hale and his personal cocktease Spangle infiltrate the infamous Frogtown. Get the witty double meaning of the title there? Sam Hale, Hell comes to Frogtown. And risk life and genitals for a booty call that could win the war. Licking the sours off the slimy backs of this wart-worthy flick, my biggest beef's gotta be all the missed opportunities that could have kicked this radioactive romp up another notch. Like the mutant frog folk, or squid lips as they're called in the movie. Completely ignoring how centuries of radiated evolution seem to have happened overnight with these walking Cajun delicacies perfectly talking, dressing, and driving like their makers, there wasn't much done to separate them from generic human villains, you know? I still don't get why some of them are humanoid, while others are straight up frogs of crazy size. The filmmakers make sure to get some jumping in there like frogs do, but what about whipping things around with their tongues or fighting hell in some enclosure or mine shaft flooded with polluted water? How about some poisonous muty frogs who are deadly to the touch, or a scene with sickos bartering for a fix, licking narcotic frog skin for a high? All these mutant powers hell could have been fighting were passed over, however, and were left with some gag without a punchline about 3 snakes that pissed me off as much as the 3 seashells that are never explained in Demolition Man. When Spangle goes in the Frogtown undercover as Hell's slave, she's taken to dance an erotic two-step for Toady and satisfy the 3 snakes, which are seriously played up.
Without great passion, you cannot face the dance of the 3 snakes. 2 of our companions went to their fate cold with fear and did not survive.
So they hype these snakes up more than a PG-13 horror flick. Then when Spangle finally got to face down the thing, it's his dick, or should I say dicks? But I can't say for sure because we never see it. Was this thing never filmed, or is there some overpriced mutant dick monster all the cool frog effects were sacrificed for that the ratings board threatened with an X rating if it weren't cut out? Do frogs even have 3 dicks, or is this like a muty thing? I mean, don't get me wrong, I ain't some sicko begging to see pond scum porn, but if this movie's gonna go there, then go there, you know? But it's not nearly as frustrating as a lack of boobs in a flick with an entire premise built around its hero needing to fuck every pussy he runs across to save humanity from extinction. No, it ain't a total loss, as you'll see when we get to the tit count, but this potential skin flick missed so many opportunities, like Toadie's harem with all their tops on, and even Hell's one whoopee scene leaves us without anything to whoop about. Checking the piston timer, Hell Cops of Frogtown clocks a fat Nana with reel-to-reel B-movie beat-em-up and blue balls, and spares us any bogus scares with this being more action-oriented. Deadwest to Hal Lynn. Anybody there? Come back to me, over.
See, Deadwest, I'll go to search for my amigo.
Ah, shit, not Mexican Dracula.
I hope you're doing well because my day has been so-so. Not necessarily bad, but not the best. I mean, an extra snack running out of the vending machine is always good since you paid for uno, but when the extra snack is not a snack you eat, then what's the point?
Stop talking so I can get through! Anybody else there? Mayday!
Psst, move over, man. Rex here, Deadwest. What's your situation? Over.
Just checking in to let y'all know we're approaching a colony in the northern valley of the Boneyards to look for Billy, over.
Oh, Deadwest, it's so good to hear from you, but the thought of your bodacious bones rattling around out there in that wasteland, it's almost too much.
Yo, you guys say over.
Over.
Well, don't worry your pretty spectral head, Mandy. If Billy's here, I'll have him back before he can say...
Deadwest, are you still there? What's happening?
Evening to you all. You must be the early birds for the grand opening.
Who the hell are you?
Name's Papa Kaka, and I'm the owner of this fine establishment.
Ambush! Hey, take your hands off the were-coyote. Don't think I'm above beating a bitch when she's asking for it. Did you get this after your book club?
Hold your horsepower, stunned and out woman. Watch it!
Get me out of this, you beautiful bitches!
Yeah, real nice, Green Badger. Real, just keep egging them on like that. That's good.
Bessie! You sick savages! Do what you want with me, but leave my baby alone.
Oh, shit! Ah! To help this go a little faster, how about we get back to the review, Scream Freaks? With lackluster frogs and fully clothed chicks, the only sweets you're gonna find are in the Piper's Pit with WWE Hall of Famer Roddy Piper, who you always enjoy no matter the role he's playing, which includes Sam Hell. Nobody remembers Frogtown and says, oh yeah, the movie with that badass Sam Hell fighting frogs and banging bimbos. No! Everybody, including yours truly, says that flick with Roddy Piper kicking croaks and wearing explosive underwear. Same with They Live. Can you even remember his character's name in that? No, like everyone else, you say it's Roddy Piper wearing shades to help him kill ETs in disguise. And this ain't a negative, mind you. I'm just pointing out Roddy was already such a popular wrestling personality thanks to his undeniable charisma and energy in sports entertainment that it just trumps any character he's hired to portray. And that's fine by us because he's always making movies more fun with his natural talent for action and comedy, which makes for a winning combination. While most everyone else is playing it straight and serious in this Mutant Frog flick, he's front and center delivering the action, the comic relief, and the boyish charm that helps keep Sam Hell likable, which is a delicate task given the plot. It's a true testament to Roddy's screen presence how he manages to keep Hell from coming across as this macho rapist with his own self-interest, which would easily turn the audience against him and ditch this film. He definitely comes off less of a sleazeball compared to other wasteland horn dogs, like remember Don Johnson raping women with the help of his psychic dog and the feel-good doomsday flick A Boy and His Dog? I'd love to know what part of Frogtown's pitch got Roddy on board. Was it his crotch being his biggest co-star, a frog woman begging to jump his bones, or reenacting Road Warrior chase scenes with Barbie's dream car for the apocalypse? Excited to see the kill count? Hell Comes to Frogtown stacks up a good many bodies. Now most of these are muties of hot rod slaughters as America's savior full of prize jizz, but these slimy fuckers don't croak without taking out some flat lips of their own. Except this guy Hell's got beef with. Using a sword we never knew he had, he turns his fellow into a free-falling shish kebab on legs, which you would think would put him down, but nope. He walks away no problem, and it takes some Old West showdowns to finally drop him. Now that's one unrealistically tough guy there. As mentioned before, this movie's about Hell being enlisted to impregnate babes, including the ones he's got to help save, but we never see any girl's talent save for G.I. Schwing here serving as Medtech's armed escort. Nice! Definitely does a lot more for the film and Hell than Spangle with her bullshit expertise and being a cock tease for keeping his junk on the rating. All this lacy caressing and it ain't even giving anybody blue balls.
Spangle, put your blouse on.
Don't quit your day job, buddy. Of course, the gunner's talents would have been overshadowed if this flick had the naz to push things further and gives a horrified eyeful of his green muty beauty bearing it all when offering Hell a rivet job. But nothing to worry about. We don't see frog dicks, much less any frog tits. Oh, and this just in for those weirdos wanting to know. We've now been told that boy frogs have one tadpole. One tadpole. Well, let's nuke the ingredients of this gumbo stew and see what it rates. 3 out of 5! Well, no surprise at all. Hell Comes to Frogtown is a unique flick that's one of Roddy Piper's best, but could have been way better if it exploited the frogs and babes more than it did. Now, I'd recommend this to Battletoad fans, folks who enjoy old school Star Trek fights, and anyone who thinks that Robert Maniac Cop Zadar could pass for Roddy Piper. That's right, there was a sequel to this hot mess, and the only chin to ever rival Bruce Campbell's was cast as Sam Hell in his continuing fight against the bionically rebuilt Toady. Without getting too deep in this shit, because it's so far removed from what we just saw, Sam's mission between the sheets is non-existent, and he's now patrolling the skies as a Texas rocket ranger. After his partner Lou Ferrigno is captured by the frogs for evil experiments, Hell's teamed up with Spangler, who he treats like a complete stranger, to rescue the big lug. Now soon enough, they find out the frogs have a mad scientist capable of mutating folks into frogs, and Lou was all too eager to slap on a coat of green paint and bend some bars. Bargain basement blasphemy, how did it come to this? Rocketeer ripoffs, old movie serial nods, and whatever the fuck this is. At least our frog babes don't need bags over their heads in this one. Putrid polecast. I'm having flashbacks to Ninja Turtles in concert here. Except I don't remember April O'Neil moving like that. And if you think this is rock bottom, Screen Freaks, it gets worse. with the third movie that brings a series from B-flick to Z-trash with a handheld disaster piece called Toad Warrior or Max Hell Frog Warrior. Made by the same creative forces who originally came up with the idea for Frogtown, this was supposed to be their way of making the original flick the way they always saw it, with a badass samurai mercenary hired to nab the cure for being turned into frog people from Joe Estevez, the evil head honcho who looks like he lives in a fort made of parachutes. This flick utilizes the art of Zen filmmaking, where actors are given basic direction for plotted scenes but have to naturally act through them by instinct like experimental improv. How's that work out, you ask? Lots of meandering, pointless inserts of the same goofy slice and dice death over and over again, frog parties, editing that looks like somebody did it with their elbows, and the filmmaker repeating the same macho line that suckers babes into swap and spit with them.
I suppose there's some more important things in life than, money. But I just haven't found them yet.
It has a crazy history with bootlegs and releasing more than one cut depending on how you want to see it, and I'm willing to watch any one of them on fast forward for Joe Estevez's performance alone, but copies are asking for way more dinero than I'm willing to part with, and the only thing this has to do with Roddy's version is they recycled the frog mask from the original.
Look around, guys. This place is all women.
Hey, maybe we'll end up being some of these girls' sex slaves after all. You know, until we tire of them.
We're looking for a goat with sixes on his chest. You've seen him?
Oh, looks like she played fetch with an ugly stick and was beaten with it.
Well, I don't know. I think she's kind of cute. What the hell? That their leader?
I think these gals are planning on sacrificing us to Fugly up there.
Show your choppers and get on with it already. We ain't got all day. Hog tie me sideways, Billy! You're a sight for sore eye sockets! We've been looking all over for you!
I don't believe it. They're worshiping the little guy like he's a king or something. But why would they do that?
Hey, check this out. You sure think he's a big deal?
It's like they're saying he can't be hurt or something. But that can't be right.
Whoa, 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 you saw who? Where are they now? You lost them and you've been hiding out here the whole time. Ah, putrid polecats. Come on, Billy, let's get out before it's too late.
Hell yeah, about time we saw some action.
Whoa there, partner.
What?
This ain't your average fashion. We gotta retreat. Move out, y'all. Come on.
But, shit. Zombie dinosaurs? I never fought one of those.
Go! What do you got, Billy? Don't you scream freaks worry. Those dead dino digs ain't gonna catch us, but we gotta stay ahead of those riders. I'll tell you more, but we gotta pick this up next time. I'll see you later, scream freaks.
Did you see that? We finally found him, boys. Will you quit wasting your time with those long pigs?
Get off my back. I can't hunt without suffering.
He's right. We're too close now. Let's ride out. The prophecy must be fulfilled.
What do you think is the worst movie you've ever made?
Probably, Body Slammer, Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Howdy there, Screen Freaks! Ever made a horror film you wish could be reviewed by the web's #1 animated horror host show? Well, prepare to catch your jawbone, because here's your chance. From now until August 20th, 2018, we're holding a contest for up-and-coming fear makers to have their original flicks nuked on Screaming Suit this Halloween called the Screen Freak Film Contest. Am I coming in loud and clear here? I said y'all can submit your own scary movies to us, and 3 lucky Cinemaniacs will have their films handpicked and reviewed by yours truly while on one of my wild Weird West adventures. Jumping jack-o'-lanterns, right? And we ain't picky. Creature features, slashers, erotic ET mutants, whatever you got that fits the bill for horrific entertainment, shoot it our way, but make sure it meets these requirements before you do. Your horror flick's gotta be all original from its concept to its music. Save your Friday the 13th fan film for your Jason cosplay club. We need enough to talk about, so your film's gotta be at least 50 minutes long. And don't even think about pulling a fast one on us with buckets of pissin' time, because that cop-out won't fly. You gotta have thick skin for any criticisms we have of your film, so we don't need no short-fused crybabies who can't take a constructive joke, okay? And most importantly, number 4, your flick has gotta be available to the public somehow. No point in us yapping about a flick no one can ever watch, so either have DVDs ready for sale on a site, digital downloads available for purchase through a streaming service, or at least have it published on YouTube for everybody to enjoy. There's a lot more to this exciting contest, but instead of getting into the weeds with all the details, just follow the link in the description below. You can read all the nitty-gritty rules and requirements, and even get some valuable pointers for what we're looking for in a winning horror flick. See you later, Scream Freaks, and good luck! Well, howdy there, Scream Freaks. Well, thank you kindly for watching, and help yourself to more servings of Screaming Soup by visiting our site at screamingsoup.com. You can read our weekly updates, character bios, and interviews, catch up on past episodes, browse our store, and drool over the Howlin' Hottie of the Week. If you want to scream at us, just holler at screamingsoup@gmail.com, and don't forget to stalk us through social media, conveniently linked at the top of the site. Editing. 3, 2. Editing that looks like somebody did it with their elbows. Editing that looks like somebody did it with their elbows. Editing that looks like somebody did it with their elbows. Edits that look like somebody did it with their elbows. Editing that looks like somebody did it with their elbows. Editing that looks like somebody did it with their elbows. Editing that looks like somebody did it with their elbows.